Hello and welcome to the Commentary Hub's alternative coverage of the European Championships qualifying round Group D between Wales and Armenia. My name is Nicholas Jones, and I will be your alternative commentator for Wales's third match in the Group D qualifying round. They come into this game second only to Croatia with the same number of points, having won one out of the two games they played, but are behind on goal difference. Just to remind you, they drew 1-1 against Croatia, but in their last match they beat Latvia 1-0. Courtesy of a goal by Kiefer Moore. Nathan Broadhead scored in the first game against Croatia, but their performance against Latvia has shown that they could be vulnerable. That being said, though, this is the best performance that Rob Page could ask for, given after their abysmal World Cup campaign. The game is taking place at the Cardiff City Stadium. The fans are beginning to make their way inside the stands and fill the seats. I see a lot of Wales supporters. There's likely to be a small contingent from Armenia. The Wales players now making their way out onto the pitch, including the substitutes about to take their place. We'll quickly go through the lineups for Wales. In goal is Danny Ward. And the remaining players: Davis, Mepham, Rodon, Wilson, Johnson, the captain Ramsey, Moore, Roberts, Ampadu, and James. For Armenia, in goal is Chanjarevich. The remaining players: Kalisa, Arturian, Kurtyan, Iwu, Spurtsian, Zararayan, Barsegian, Mamadova, Dashyan, and Tiknizian. Armenia are fourth in Group D. They have lost the only game that they've played so far, which was a 2-1 defeat to Turkey. Their manager is Alexander Petrakov, who was recently appointed as manager. He was before that he was manager of Ukraine, so he knows Wales very well, having lost 1-0 to them in the European World Cup playoff final. European qualifying World Cup playoff final, I should say. And here are the fans. And the Armenian fans now beginning to take their place inside the ground now. They are without Henrik Mkhitaryan, who announced retirement from international duty last year, and they have not kept a clean sheet in qualifying for the Euros since 2011, and their last match was a 9-1 loss to Italy all the way back in 2019. Spurtsian offers his hand to Aaron Ramsey to wish him good luck, and I think Ramsey will have done the same. The players are now at the foot of the tunnel. We can now quickly mention our match officials. The referee is Georgi Kabakov of Bulgaria. Assistant referees Martin Margaritov and Dian Volkov, also of Bulgaria. The fourth official is Radoslav Gitsenov of Bulgaria. On VAR, also of Bulgaria, is Dragomir Dragonov. And also of Bulgaria is his assistant Ivalio Stoyanov. The UEFA delegate for the game is Oleg Halamov of Estonia. And the players now walking out of the tunnel onto the centre of the pitch. The ball for the European qualifiers for this game is mainly white, but also has blue and black. Wales are wearing all red. For Armenia, it's mainly a white kit with splashes of their national colours, which are red, yellow, and blue. And the players are now gathering around, starting to gather, I should say, at the centre of the pitch for the national anthems. The Welsh supporters looking very relaxed as the last of the Armenian players takes his place on the centre of the pitch. And soon it will be time for the national anthems. And we will first have the national anthem of Armenia. That was the national anthem of Armenia that receives the appreciation of the supporters. Now for the national anthem of Wales. And a really noisy rendition of the Welsh national anthem, as you would expect. And that was sung with great gusto by the players, management, and fans. The Wales and Armenia players now signifying each other with high fives. And I should mention that the sleeve bits of the Armenia players is a gold sleeve. So we've just got time now to go through the formations for Wales against Armenia. It's Ward in goal, then Davis, Rodham, Mepham, and Roberts. Back three in defence with Ramsey, Ampadu, or should I say a 4-4-2 with Davis, Mepham, Rodon, Roberts, James, Wilson, Ramsey, and Ampadu. Then Johnson and Moore, the two forwards. For Armenia, in goal is Chasharevich. We'll actually get to that. In a moment or two. And it's good to have Ben Davis and Wayne Hennessy back in the lineup, back in the squad, I should say, after a spell of injury kept them out of the last match today. Now on to the formations for Armenia with Chasharevich in goal, then the back four of Dashan, Kalisir, Artunian and Mukherjian, Iwu, Spurtian and Tinixian in midfield. The three forwards are Barsegyan, Zelarayan and Rano and Mamadova, or should that be Ramos? We're going to go with Grant Leon Mamadova. And also playing at the same time is Latvia against Turkey. We'll keep you updated with all the results. We'll keep you updated with how that game goes, and also all the other games across the board in the remaining European qualifications, including the home nations. Greece hosts the Republic of Ireland in Group B. England are away to Malta in Group C, and Northern Ireland are away to Denmark in Group H. And just as I say that, the match has kicked off, and it's Armenia who take the first shot at the ball. It's Mukherjian who passes to Chasharevich, but Chasharevich gives the ball away to Wales. As Armenia managed to steal it back. And the ball is now being played forward. I think Wales were trying to take the ball off Armenia. Now it's with Dashyan, or is it Tinixian? No, it's Tinixian. He passes to Barsegyan. Barsegyan tries to play the ball forward, but it's stopped by Wales. It's Aaron Ramsey now with the ball, and he has to he passes to I think that was Danny Ward. Yes, indeed, it was Ward. Ward clears the ball out. Wales are playing from left to right, Armenia right to left. It is a very sunny afternoon. It's a very sunny evening at the Cardiff City Stadium. Temperature is expected to be around 21 degrees after the heat wave we've been experiencing recently. Ampadu with the ball for Wales. That was good defending by Wales to keep Armenia out, and I think Ugachukwu Iwu might have fouled one of the players. Yes, indeed, he did, and that was Harry Wilson. So Wilson has gone down, but he's quickly back up on it. He's quickly back on his feet. Wales have got to hope that Turkey have a bad match against Latvia, because that's who they are. Because that's their next opponent, who they'll be facing on Monday. As the throne has been awarded to Wales, we're almost 2 minutes in. It's still Wales 0, Armenia 0. Wales currently with the ball through Ben Davis. Good to see him back, as I mentioned earlier. The ball now being played forward towards Harry Wilson. Wilson inside the 18-yard box, crosses the ball, but headed out by Armenia. Now it goes back towards Ramsey, I think. Yes, it was Ramsey. And the ball now being played around to Chris Mepham. Mepham passes to Connor Roberts. Roberts has to pass to another play. He does so quickly to Ampadu. Now it's back towards Mepham. Mepham to Joe Rodon. Rodon with the ball. Now back towards Mepham. Wales appears. That was great play just now by Wales. It appears they're getting hungry for that first goal. Armenia, ranked number 97 in the world, need to pull out all the stops in order to hold Wales off. But the ball was just played into the 18-yard box. Everybody seemed to miss. I think Moore was the closest to it. That was a good cross into the 18-yard box by Wilson, but it actually deflected off. An Armenia player. It was Mukherjian, and now it goes out for a throw to Connor Roberts. Connor Roberts cleaning the ball with his shirt. Standing inside the goal area is Joe Rodon. Roberts throws to Kiefer Moore, and Moore almost heads it in, but just wide. Nice throw by Roberts, but the header from Moore just wasn't enough, and I think it actually glanced off. I think it might have glanced off another player. I think that might have been Artunian. So a corner has been given to Wales. They could score from this. Wilson kicks the ball into the 18-yard box, but punched away by Chancharevic. And I think Chancharevic has collected one of his teammates. I think that's McCurchan. The referee comes over to take a look, and that was it. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I think he just inadvertently punched him in the back or something. Nice clearance of the ball, but I think he just grabbed him or headbutted him. It was unintentional, of course, and both players have suffered as a result. And the goals come flying in. As Serbia, as Gibraltar, as France now have the lead against Gibraltar with Olivier Giroud in the 3rd minute. There are other friendlies going on tonight, but there are other friendlies going on around this time, I should say. But we will mainly be focusing on the European qualifications. So, Roberts to take the throw. 5 minutes in, still Wales 0, Armenia 0. Headed by Moore, but it's over the crossbar. And that is the second attempt by Moore in around 3 minutes. So, good throw in, but a good throw by Roberts. But Moore's header again just wasn't enough. Armenia back in play with the ball, but it goes over the line. I think that might have been Rodon defending the ball as Petrakov walks up and down the touch line. The ball now back with Chancharevic in goal. Chancharevic passes the ball to McCurchan. McCurchan now to the captain Spurtsian. Spurtsian passes back to McCurchan. Now it's a Chukwu Iwu. Now Iwu passes down wing to Spurtsian. Now it's with McCurchan. McCurchan trying to cross forward to Tinixian, but headed away by Wales. Armenia have somehow taken it back. It's Iwu to Zararayan. Zararayan crossing the ball up the wing to a Spurtsian, I think that might have been, but anyway, the ball goes over. The line. That was almost reminiscent of what happened in the early parts of the game when Armenia tried to play the ball forward, but they were held by Wales. Wales have not lost a European qualifying match at home since 2011, when they were defeated by England 2-0. So they are looking very much to preserve their home. Looking very much to preserve their home record. Armenia still have the ball though. Ball is now with McCurchan. Passes to Spurtsian. Spurtsian trying to cross the ball forward to Zararayan, I think it was, or was that Barsegyan? No, it was Barsegyan. Wales now have the ball with Chris Mepham. Mepham passes up the wing to Rodon. Rodon now to Davis. Davis passes to Ramsey. Now back to Davis. Danny Ward in goal to Chris Mepham. Ward has been doing really well, deputising for Wayne Hennessy. We could see him back. We could see Hennessy back in the starting lineup in Wales's next match against Turkey. As Davis passes. Now he passes to Rodon. I thought he was going to pass earlier. Now it's another pass down wing to Chris Mepham. Mepham to Connor Roberts. Roberts now sends the ball forward to Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson crosses towards Kiefer Moore. Moore! with the header, but it's just wide again. How can he keep missing? That is just completely bad luck. And we've had a couple of goals come in. Remo Freuler takes the lead for Switzerland in their match against Andorra, and an own goal by Ferdinando Apap in the 8th minute gives England the lead. So now back to the here and now. And Armenia have retaken the ball, and a slight tackle on Bersegyan, but play still goes on. Advantage Wales, says the referee. It's Brennan Johnson inside the 18-yard box. He passes some more. Wales have taken the lead, or is it more? It's Dan James. Dan James with the finishing touch, and that is his 6th of the season. The Wales supporters go absolutely ballistic, as you would expect from them. But Rob Page, very calm and collected about this, as the referee speaks to Eduard Spertjan. We'll take another look and see what happened. That was the foul on. That was a foul. I thought it was Bersegyan, but we'll check to see who it is. The ball, but Wales were able to keep on playing. Johnson's cross to James was nigh on superb. They just appeared to read each other's minds, and that was the goal that finished it off after 10.5 minutes. It's Wales 1, Armenia 0. And no further goals coming in as of yet in the other group. In the other qualifying fixtures, there was an earlier game between Finland and Slovenia at 5 o'clock. The final result, which was 2-0 to the Finns, and it's now Taniksian with the ball. He passes to Zelarayan. Zelarayan with the ball. Armenia just outside the 18-yard box. Now inside. They want to equalise, and quickly, but the ball is missed, and that was by Eduard Spertjan. Did an unusual move with his feet. That looked like that might have actually been a diving header, but either way, it was in vain. And whilst most of the management can't believe he missed, Petrakov remains very calm about it. It's a goal kick to Wales. The ball kicked out by Ward. Ward towards Roberts, but Roberts heads the ball towards Mepham, or was it deflected towards Mepham? I think it might be the latter. And the ball is now with Rodon. Rodon to Aaron Ramsey. Ramsey has the ball. That was off Wilson, actually. He passes back to Rodon. Now Davis back towards Ramsey. Ampadu. Ramsey now passes to Rodon. Did well to hold off Mamadova. Now the ball's being played up the field to Ben Davis. He was fouled, but the referee's saying play on. Wales now beginning to pile on the pressure through Dan James, but James does well to hold on despite almost being tackled by Armenia. The ball now being played forward towards Kiefer Moore, but saved by Chancharevic. I thought Chancharevic wasn't going to get to the ball in time, but he's proved me wrong on that occasion. It's Zelarayan with the ball for Armenia, and Mepham was trying to get it, but Armenia held firm, and they still have the ball. I think that's Spertjan with the ball. The ball's now being passed to Mamadova. Now it's with Zelarayan. Zelarayan does a cross to Tiniksian. Tiniksian tries to find an opening, but is halted by Wales. It's now with Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan passes to Artunian. I will have to apologise if I guess any Armenian names wrong. So it's Mkhitaryan to back to, I should say, Artunian to Spurtsian to Zellaraya. Now back to the ball being played forward to Atinixian, but saved by Danny Ward. That's I actually didn't know where the ball was going to go, but Tinixian just kept me guessing. Ward almost lost it, but he was able to pounce at the last moment. Mepham to Ampadu. Now it's Joe Rodon. Rodon now towards Ben Davis. Davis passes to Ramsey. Ramsey to James. Now back to Ben Davis. Rodon now trying. Rodon looking to find someone to pass it to. He passes back towards Ben Davis. Davis, nice cross to Dan James. James has to find Kiefer Moore. He does, but Moore just couldn't get to the ball. I think he was impeded by one of the Armenian defenders. That might have been Mkhitaryan who held him up, and I think Moore appeared to have pulled on Mkhitaryan's shirt, but the referee does not book him. I think Mkhitaryan was possibly doing the right thing by defending. It's Brandon Johnson passing up the wing to Ethan Ampadu. Now back to Johnson. Johnson passes to Aaron Ramsey. Rodon, now Ben Davis. 16 minutes in. Wales 1, Armenia 0. And you're listening to the Commentary Hub with me, Nicholas Jones. It's Connor Roberts crossing up the wing to Ramsey. Ramsey to Rodon. Now Chris Mepham. Mepham to Kiefer Moore. Now back towards Mepham. Or should that be No, it was actually Ramsey who had the ball. Ethan Ampadu to Ben Davis. Davis now to Dan James. James passes to Wilson. Is it going to go back towards James? No is the answer. Great interception by Armenia. And James wants the ball back, but it's deflected over the line. I think an Armenia player might have had the last touch, and that was something which I did not see just now. I think that was Mepham on another player. That was the earlier goal by Dan James, and I actually stand corrected. Rob Page did celebrate a bit before he calmed down. And the ball is now with Tinixian. Tinixian to Chukwu Iwu. Iwu now to Spurtsian. Now it goes backwards to Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan passes up the wing to Artunian. Artunian, Iwu, Spurtsian. Now back to Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan to Artunian. Artunian passes up the wing to Kalisir, and a cross by Kalisir to Barsegian is halted by Wales. Armenia just about managed to take the ball back off them, and I think that looked like a collision with another player by James, but it's actually Wilson with the ball, and he's clipped and he's brought down, I should say, just outside the 18-yard box, but nothing given by the referee. Just advantage to Armenia. Armenia now on the attack. It's Spurtsian with the ball. He passes to Tinixian. Tinixian and Armenia have equalised. I was not expecting to say that, but the away side have levelled against Wales. It was Tigran Barsegian and that is Barsegyan's ninth as an Armenia international. Great bit of play great finish, I should say, by the Slovan Bratislava player. Tiniksyan did well to cross, and Barsegyan just finished it off at the last moment. Wales cannot afford to let things like that slip, or should I stand corrected? It was in fact Lukasz Zelarayan who scored. It was Zelarayan who scored, so that would make it his first goal at international level. He regularly plays for Columbus Crew in the Major League Soccer in America. Wales restart proceedings. They have to get at least 2 more goals in to consolidate their lead. We'll have a look to see. And the good news for them so far is that neither Turkey nor Slovenia, or should that be Latvia, have scored so far. Belarus currently lead against Israel, and Greece have scored a penalty against the Republic of Ireland. So, as back to the here and now, it's Armenia with the ball. The ball is now with Zelarayan. Zelarayan passes to Tiknisyan. I should say, yes, it is Tiniksyan. 20.5 minutes in. Wales 1, Armenia 1. It's Spurtsyan with the ball. He passes to Mkirtyan. Mkirtyan now to Artunian. Artunian to Kalisia. Now back to Artunian. Spurtsyan. Now Spurtsyan. Artunian again. Artunian to back towards Kalisia. Artunian again. Now Mkirtyan. Mkirtyan with the ball. Passes to Tiknisyan. Tiknisyan almost dispossessed by Ampadu. In fact, he was fouled. And brief halt to proceedings. Free kick to Armenia. They need to take advantage of this goal that scored earlier, but Danny Ward is straight back into it with his reflexes. He is not going to have a clean sheet. He's not going to have a clean sheet in this game. It's Davis with the ball. It's Davis with the ball for Wales. Now passes to Joe Rodon. Now Chris Mepham. Mepham to Harry Wilson. Back towards Mepham. And Mepham now passes up the wing to Rodon and Davis. Crossed by Davis towards Kiefer Moore, but saved by Ognian Chancharevich. Chancharevich throws the ball out to Mkirtyan. Mkirtyan to Artunian. Now it's with Kalisia. Back down the wing to Arutunian. Arutunian to Zelarayan, but Wales are quick to take it back. It's Ramsey passing down the wing to Connor Roberts. Now the ball is with Dan. Now the ball's been passed back to Ward. It's Rodon to Davis. Davis now towards Brennan Johnson. Johnson crossing to Dan James, but James was a long way behind the ball, and there was just no way he was going to get it. And that was again we're just taking another look at the goal by Zelarayan. And this could be a real shock in the make. And this could be a real shock in the making if Armenia somehow managed to pull this one off. So Chancharevich clears the ball out of the goal for Armenia. but it goes over the line anyway for a throw, and that will be to Wales. Wales to take the throw through Connor Roberts. Roberts throws to Harry Wilson, but Armenia have retaken the ball, Leno, and Wilson is down. Harry Wilson is down. It's difficult to say what kind of pain he's in right now. We'll just have to see whether the ball struck him, and he just collided with Chukwu Iwu, and that impact has winded him pretty badly. Chukwu Iwu appears to be feeling around his chest area. Maybe he's got some problems as well. Rob Page now talking to the team, and I think the same could be said for Alexander Petrakov. He's talking to one of the players now. Rob Page just sharing a few words with Mepham, and it was actually Petrakov now talking to Tiknisyan, and Tiknisyan makes his way back onto the field of play. Everyone was just taking the opportunity to have a bit of a drink, and after 25 minutes, it's still Wales 1, Armenia 1. So the throw-in. So the game, I should say, is about to be restarted. It's Armenia free kick, and with the ball is Mukherjee. Mukherjee to Arutunian. Arutunian to Spurtsian. Spurtsian back to Mukherjee. Now the ball is with Arutunian. Arutunian does well to hold off Ramsey momentarily, but he passes down the wing to Mukherjee. Mukherjee passes back up the wing to Arutunian, and Arutunian crossing the ball to Dasyan. The ball has been retaken. The ball has been retaken by Wales, though. It's Rodon crossing to keeper Moore. Now it's with Brennan Johnson. Johnson with the ball. He passes back to Moore. Moore crossing to Dan James. Can James get the ball in time? Yes, he can. Wilson inside the 18-yard box. Had the ball momentarily, but he was just pushed out. Ampadu tries to get it, but good tackle by Armenia. And the ball is now with Tiknisyan. Tiknisyan to, I think that was Mamadova. Mamadova now to Spurtsian, but it's over the crossbar. Wales, I don't think have recovered from that shock equaliser by Armenia, and England have taken the lead, have doubled their lead. Trent Alexander-Arnold in the 28th minute in their away match against Malta. Turkey have taken the lead in the 27th minute. Abdul Karam Bardakci in the 22nd minute. The ball is now with Connor Roberts for Wales. Roberts to I think that was Brennan Johnson, but the referee has stopped. The referee has stopped play for something which I did not see. I think that might have involved Johnson. Free kick to Wales, and it will be Connor Roberts that will take the free kick, or will it? It might be Aaron Ramsey, as a couple of people inside the stands, obviously discussing the finer points of the game. As Davis passes to Ampadu now to Rodon. Now it's gone back to Chris Mepham. Mepham trying to find someone to cross to, but was impeded by Spurtsian. Rodon for Wales. Now Ben Davis. Davis to Ampadu. Ampadu almost tackled by Chukwu. Wales still managed to hold on. Ramsey to Mepham. Now it's with Connor Roberts. Connor Roberts tries to get to Harry Wilson, but the loose ball. But Armenia took advantage of the loose ball. It's Ben Davis to Dan James, but James fouled. And I think an Armenia player has been fouled in retaliation, but play still goes on. Spetsyan to Zelarayan. Zelarayan tried to hold on to the ball, but couldn't. And now Wales have retaken the ball, but Armenia take it back through Spetsyan. Spetsyan, I think, passed to Barsegyan. Now back towards Spetsyan, and I don't believe it! Armenia have now taken the lead! And that was by Grant Leon Mamadova. Mamadova now makes it his third goal in only his second his second appearance for Armenia. Or should that be Grant Leon Ranos? He's getting the hugs and congratulations from his teammate. This is not what Wales need. I did say that they were struggling a bit after Armenia's first goal, and this proves it. Well-timed header by Grant Leon Ranos. This is a name that many people inside the ground will not forget in a hurry. Superb header and a well-timed finish by the Borussia Mönchengladbach forward. And the referee now comes over to her to see what has happened. I think a nail has been thrown. I think a nail might have been thrown or something, and it's gone to VAR. Something has gone to VAR. It could be the goal. And the goal, however, stands. So Armenia now lead Wales 2-1. And it looks as though Wales's qualifying Wales's Euro qualifying record could be at an end. Connor Roberts to take the throw-in for Wales. 31.5 minutes in. He has to aim well. He does and throws towards, I think that was Rodon, but good defending by Armenia. Johnson with the ball, but it's just cleared away in time by Chancharevic. That would have been a great way to get Wales back into it with that kick. He did everything right, but Chancharevic had his arms crossed, and that deflected the ball out really well indeed. And Poland have now taken the lead in their friendly against Germany, I think. As a Wales player has gone down, I think that I couldn't see who it is. I can now reveal that it is Harry Wilson. Just got shoved in the back by Tigran Barsegyan. And the referee doesn't look too happy about it. He's given a free kick to Wales though. No card or anything for Barsegyan, though he may just get a warning. It looks like, and it will be Harry Wilson. And it will be Harry Wilson to take the free kick for Wales. He kicks the ball towards into the 18-yard box, I should say. Defended by Armenia. And the ball was almost with Ethan Ampadu, but he let it go through his legs. Now the ball's been crossed forward to Dan James. Mepham, he loses it to Artak Dashian. Wales need to take a look. Wales need to take a look at themselves and bring themselves back into contention as quickly as possible. There's another look at the header by. There's another look at the header by Ranos. An amazing header nonetheless. That looked like it was something that to me looked like it was out of some. That to me looked like it was out of something from one of Europe's top divisions. Mkhitaryan with the ball now for Armenia. He passes up the wing to Aruchinian. Now the ball's still with Armenia. It's being played forward to Tiknisyan. Tiknisyan outside the 18-yard box. He passes to Zararayan and another attempt at goal by Tigran Barsegyan. But still capped out by Ward. Wales need to hold the current score as it is and think about what tactics they're going to come up with during the half-time interval. And the ball is still with Armenia. It's Zelarayan. Zelarayan with the ball. He has to hold off Harry Wilson, or was that Connor Roberts? It was Connor Roberts throwing to Wales to be taken by Roberts. Roberts throws to, I think, Kiefer Moore. Now it's with Chris Mepham. Mepham to Danny Ward. Ward passes to Joe Rodon. Now it's with Ben Davis. Davis passes down the wing to Ampadu. Ampadu crossing to Harry Wilson. Is this a chance for Wales to bring back the deficit? Kiefer Moore saved by Chancharevic. Chancharevic really pleased with this save. Was Wilson offside? I think he might have been. But we will never know for sure because Chancharevic, his last minute save was just magic. 36 minutes in, it's still Wales 1, Armenia 2. As Mkhitaryan now has the ball for Armenia. He passes to Chancharevic, who clears the ball out of the goal. Now the ball is with I think that was Rodon, but he's been bundled over and it goes over the line. Rodon appears to be in some pain. I think he collided with Grant Leon Ranos, I should say. Throwing now to Armenia. The ball is now being thrown to Barsegyan. Barsegyan loses the ball, I should say, to Kiefer Moore. Now it's with Roberts. Roberts to Aaron Ramsey. Ramsey passes to Dan James. Wales are struggling to get themselves back into the game. Even though they have had chance, they did have a decent chance with Kiefer Moore a short while ago. It's Mepham to Wilson, now back towards Mepham. Mepham does really well to hold off Barsegyan. It's Ampadu to Johnson. Johnson passes the ball up to James, but James's effort impeded by the Armenian defence. And that was a good tackle by Lucas Zelarayan to keep the ball out of play. Around 7 minutes until half time, and it looks as though it will be a corner to Wales, and indeed it is. It'll be Wilson to take the corner. Wilson into the 18-yard box, palmed away by Chancharevic. Now the ball has gone to Connor Roberts. Roberts passes down the wing to Harry Wilson. Wilson crossing into the 18-yard box, and that was almost sent in by by Chris Mepham, I think, and that would have been the equaliser. And that would be the equaliser for Wales. No, it wasn't Chris Mepham. It was Joe Rodon. Rodon with the deflecting header, but he just missed the post. Aaron Ramsey can't believe it, and neither can the rest of the team. Wales have got less than 6 minutes of time in the first half to try and equalise. They'll need to think up what they can. They'll need to think up fresh tactics for the second half, though. Ball cleared out of goal by Chancharevic. Chancharevic tries to play the ball forward to one of the Armenian players, but Wales were quick to hold them off. And Turkey have doubled their lead against Latvia. Ferdi Kadioglu in the 39th minute. And North Macedonia now now lead by 2-0 against Ukraine. And Kazakhstan lead 1-0 against San Marino. We'll bring you the full scores during the halftime break. But right now it's Ramsey for Wales. Ramsey crossing to Harry Wilson. Wilson with the ball. And he passes to Brennan Johnson, but saved again by Chancharevic. Johnson clearly frustrated, but I think he's offside. He's offside. I think I saw the flag go up. I'm going to check again on the monitor, and it was Wilson who initially had the ball. Johnson took it, but it was just saved. But it was just saved by Chancharevic. I think, or was Harry Wilson offside? Either way, we're not going to know. It's over the line. It's over the line again for a throw to Wales. I couldn't see who deflected the ball away. Wilson to take the throw. He passes to Ramsey. Now back to Davis. Davis tried to send the ball forward, but the ball was intercepted by Stjopa Mkutjan to Naya Tiknisyan. Back now to Olnijen Chancharevic to Arutunian now to Stjopa Mkutjan. Mkutjan crossing the ball forward to tries to cross the ball to Ranos, but intercepted by Wales. It's now Iwu for Armenia. And he now passes down the wing to Zerarayan. Zerarayan goes for the third, but he's too wide. And with 3 minutes to go, Wales are doing all they can to keep the scoreline as it is and make sure that Armenia don't run away with it. It's Joe Rodon. Joe Rodon with the ball. He passes to Chris Mepham. Mepham now to Roberts. Now the ball is with Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu now to Chris Mepham, who passes to Danny Ward. Now the ball is with Ben Davis. Ben Davis to Dan James. It's Dan James with the ball to Brennan Johnson. Johnson foul. Johnson to James, but James is brought down. Ball goes as far as Danny Ward. Ward now to Chris Mepham. Mepham passes to Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu to Wilson. Now Connor Roberts. Connor Roberts inside the 18-yard box, but deflected away by Armenia. The ball is now back. The ball is now back with Roberts. Now he's passed to Harry Wilson. Wilson back towards Roberts. Roberts now to Aaron Ramsey. It's back now with Wilson. Wilson does really well to hold on, but tackled at the last minute by Armenia. Wales still won't give up. Mepham to Connor Roberts, but a well-timed interception by Stjopa Mkirtchian. Kiefer Moore looked like it was going to try and get the ball off Mkirtchian, but the Armenian number 5 was holding firm. And that was the ball, and I think it's gone over the line for a throw. Or is it a goal kick? No, it's a goal kick to Armenia, and it will be Ognjen Chancharevich to kick the ball out of goal, which he does, but it's over the line, and it will be a Wales throw. Roberts throws to Joe Rodon. We're into the last 25 or so seconds of normal time in the first half. Chris Mepham to Connor Roberts, but well-timed interception by Armenia. Last player of the ball for Armenia was Zella Ryan. Wales managed to take it back, though. The ball is now currently with Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu to Ramsey. Now Roberts. Roberts passes up the field, I should say, to James. Now back towards Roberts. 2 minutes of additional time have been added on. It's Ramsey to Roberts. And Roberts trying to cross into the 18-yard box, but headed out by Armenia. And I think the last player to get his head on the ball was Andrei Kalisir. So a good header by him. Throw-in to Armenia. Or should that be Wales? And it will be Connor Roberts to take the throw. It'll be Connor Roberts to take the throw for Wales. Walks about, looking for the best angle to throw, and fires the ball into the 18-yard box, but it's still kept out by Armenia. And I think a player has gone down. Difficult to see who it is. I think that was Spurtsian. Yes, indeed, it was. Spurtsian back up on his feet, but he's clearly in pain, and there could yet be more time added on. So about to clear the ball out of goal is Ognjen Chancharevich. Chancharevich clears the ball out of the goal. Headed up, I should say, by Ben Davis. Over the line it goes. 20 seconds of additional time left. Throw in to Armenia. Armenia take the throw. The ball is now with Zella Ryan. Zella Ryan with the ball, but it's over the line again. And half-time in the Group D qualifying match between Wales and Armenia. Wales started out the favourites, but Armenia just came out of nowhere and have just stunned Wales. Will Wales be able to turn things to their advantage in the second half? We shall see. Half-time score at the Cardiff City Stadium. Wales 1, Armenia 2. And we're going to take a break, but join us in a little while for the half-time scores of the other European qualifying matches. Don't go away. Welcome back to the Commentary Hub's coverage of Wales against Armenia in the Euro 2024 qualifying round, Group D. Now I'm going to go through the other scores that have gone on. Now I'm going to go through the other scores in the qualifying fixtures, starting with Group B. Gibraltar 0, France 2. Greece 1, Republic of Ireland 1. In Group C, it's England 3. It's Malta 0, England 3. And North Macedonia 2, Ukraine 0. In the other Group D, it's in the other Group D match, it's Latvia 0, Turkey 1. Don't forget Wales are away to Turkey on Monday. And in Group H, Finland against Slovenia was 2-0, as we already know. Denmark 0, Northern Ireland 0, and San Marino 0, Kazakhstan 1. In Group I, Andorra 0, Switzerland 2, Belarus 1, Israel 0, and Kosovo 0, Romania 0. And as things stand in Group D, Wales will still remain in second place. But they will have a new leader, Turkey. Seeing as though Turkey will have won their second game, and that is not good news. That is not good news for Wales. In Group C, as things stand, England will still top Group C. They came into this game with 100%. They came into their game against Malta with a 100% record, and the Republic of Ireland are currently fourth in Group B. They were fourth coming into this game with no points. They will stand to gain a point if things stay as they are. Northern Ireland were fifth coming into this. Were fifth with 3 points coming into their game against Denmark. And in terms of, and already in Group A, which will be played over the week, weekend, along with other matches, Scotland are top of Group A. Scotland are top of Group A, and their next match will be, and their next fixture will be away to Norway. I will give you the update of the results. I will, of course, give you the update of the results of that game when we do our coverage of Turkey against Wales. So back to the here and now. At the Cardiff City Stadium. It's almost time for the second half, and everyone now making their way back out onto the field of play. No halftime substitutions I can see as of yet. Wales, remember, trail Armenia by 2-1. They need to equalise. They need to equalise quick. They need to equalise fast and get at least 2 more goals if they are to win. If they are to stand a chance of winning. If they are to stand a chance of winning this game, because all the points will matter going into their next match against Turkey. They wait for the referee I wait for the referee to blow his whistle. He signals, and away we go then for the second half between Wales and Armenia. And it's Davis with the ball for Wales. He passes to Ramsey. Wales still in play, though. It's with Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu passing up the wing. So I think that was Rodon. Now the ball goes towards Moore. Kiefer Moore passing now to Brandon Johnson, but it's over the line. And it will be a throw-in to Armenia. Naya Tiknizyan will take the throw for Armenia. He looks for the best angle to throw. He throws the ball, but it's just missed by Ramsey. Ethan Ampadu takes the ball for Wales. Now the ball is being passed around. It's Ben Davis to Ethan Ampadu via Ramsey. It's Johnson to Harry, to Dan James, or is that Roberts? No, it was Roberts. Roberts tries to pass back to Brandon Johnson, but a decent tackle by Lucas Zelarayan. The ball is now thrown out to Ramsey. Now the ball is with Davis. Davis to Harry Wilson. Wilson now towards Ramsey, but tackled by Ranos for Armenia. He passes to, I couldn't see who it was. It might have been Zelarayan, but Wales take the ball back. It's Kiefer Moore now. It's Kiefer Moore now for Wales. He passes to Dan James. James was aiming for Ramsey, but a good interception by Chukwu for Armenia. Wales take the ball back through James. He loses it inside the 18-yard box, and it still remains 2-1 to Armenia. I think that was a shove in the back by Chukwu Iwu, and Iwu looks like he's going to get a yellow card, but he doesn't, and so it's a free kick to Wales. And I'm getting the impression that if Iwu makes a foul like that, he will be cautioned, and the Armenia captain Eduard Spetsian is down. Will he have to be substituted? I think he will, as Alexander Petrakov looks on from the touchline. The Armenia physios coming over to take a look. And it was Aaron Ramsey who fouled him. That must have been what gave the ball to Ethan. That must have been what gave the ball to Ethan Ampadu. I didn't see it, so thank goodness I was able to see it again on the monitor. So the free kick now given to Wales, and it looks as though it'll be Dan James to take. And it looks as though it'll be Dan James to take the free kick. He stands over the ball. Harry Wilson wants to make sure that the ball is in the correct position. So too does the referee, by the looks of it. So it's either going to be James or Wilson. To take the free kick. Wilson is closest to the ball, so it will be Harry Wilson to take the free kick. He takes a few steps back. Both of them composing themselves. I think Wilson wants to get one or two players in the correct position. So Wilson kicks the ball into the 18-yard box, headed over by Rodon. The ball is nowhere near the net. What are Wales doing? Instead of creating chances, they are wasting them. And that was and Wilson and Rodon, I think, should have headed towards Davis, who would have had a greater chance at goal than he did. Wales still pressing hard though. It's Dan James with the ball, but he loses it to Iwu, or does he? He manages to hold on, almost sent in by Moore, but the ball was deflected out. And yes again, that is again missed opportunity by Wales. And Denmark have taken the lead against Northern Ireland. Jonas Vind in the Jonas Wind in the 47th minute. So Northern Ireland will still remain in the lower reaches of Group H at the end of play if things stay as they are. 50 minutes gone. Wales 1, Armenia 2 is the latest score. And Grant Leon Ranos impressed me with that earlier goal in the first half. So he could well be one of my contenders for player of the match. We shall see. Ranos to Barasegyan. Barasegyan now to Dasyan. But Dasyan's attempt. But Dasyan missed the chance to score. So Barasegyan passed to Dasyan. Dasyan was, I think, in the wrong place to score. Wales now pressing forward with Kiefer Moore. Moore tries to hold on to the ball, but he lost it to Achukwu Iwu now to Edouard Spertian. Spertian passes to Arutunian. Arutunian, or was that McCurtian? Kurtian to Chancharevic. It's now with Chancharevic again. He clears the ball out towards Chris Mepham, who takes it for Wales. Mepham passes to Ward. Now it's with Joe Rodon. Rodon passes to Ethan Ampadu, I should say. Ampadu up the wing to Connor Roberts. Now Brennan Johnson. Johnson back to Roberts. He's now passed down the wing to Ramsey, and it's now with Ben, and it's now Davis. Davis to Dan James. Harry Wilson crossing into the 18-yard box, headed out by Armenia. And Armenia doing really well to keep the ball in control for them. And that was almost picked up by Grant Leon Ranos, but I think he was fouled just outside the 18-yard box. Or no, he wasn't fouled. It was a slide tackle by Chris Mepham initially, and the momentum took down Ranos. So it'll be a throw-in. So it'll be a long-range throw by Armenia, and it will be Tiknisyan to take the throw. Tiknisyan throws to Ranos, but headed out, I should say, by Chris Mepham. Armenia go for another bite at the cherry, but saved by Danny Ward. It's Ben Davis passing up the wing to Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu passing now down the wing to Davis. Davis does really well to hold on to the ball, but he passes to but that pass to Wilson. Came to no avail. Will Wales have to substitute one of their players? Surely they've got to get on the likes of Nico Williams and Tom Bradshaw as well. The ball is now with the ball is still with Wales though. Ampadu crossing forward to Dan James, but he misses. And that will be a throw to Armenia. So, the throw for Armenia is Artak Dasyan. Dasyan throws, but it was intercepted by Davis. It's Rodon for Wales. He passes to Ramsey and Ampadu. Ampadu now towards Wilson. It's Aaron Ramsey to Dan James. James back to Moore. James back to Ramsey. And Ramsey crossing forward to Kiefer Moore. Moore with the ball. Passes back towards James. James into the 18-yard box. And that was almost That was almost deflected in by Connor Roberts, but Roberts just got his angle wrong. What was he doing? And so the cross by James Roberts just, I think, missed the ball with his foot. I may have been a bit too harsh on him. But 10 minutes into the second half, and it changes nothing, and the score hasn't changed. It's still Wales 1, Armenia 2. Remember, Armenia are ranked 97 in the world. Ball headed forward by Armenia, but deflected back by Wales towards Armenia. It's was now Spertsian. Spertsian looking for, I think that was Ranos, but Wales were quick to take the ball back. Ramsey towards Ben Davis. Davis passes back to Ramsey. It's Ampadu, but he loses it to Spertsian for Armenia, and he's now passed to Tiknisian. Hold off, or was it Tiknisian? Yes, it was Tiknisian. He gets into a fight with Chris Mepham, and the referee sensibly comes over to intervene. Who was at fault? Who was at fault? I think Tiknisian was the one who started it. Chris Mepham did all he could to try and hold it off, but sensible intervention by the referee this could have turned nasty. So it was Chris Mepham with the foul, and I think he took down Tiknisian, and Mepham went down with him. But either way, Tiknisian had no right to try and provoke Mepham into an argument. Now being passed down to Chancharevic inside the Armenia goal, but almost sent forward to Wales. Armenia take the ball back through Mkirtyan. Mkirtyan passes to Chancharevic. Now it's Iwu. Iwu to Aruchinian. Aruchinian passes forward to Barsegyan. Wales take it back through Ampadu, though. Ampadu passes to Ward. And Latvia have equalised against Turkey. Greece have extended their lead against the Republic of Ireland. But back to the here and now. It's Rodon for Wales, who passes to Wilson. Now Ramsey crossing to Brennan Johnson. Saved again by Ognjen Chancharevic. And the ball is now about to be kicked out of the goal by Chancharevic. It looks as though Wales are going to make a couple of substitutions, one of which is Nico Williams. I thought I could just see Joe Morrell getting ready to come on as well. Ben Davis to Dan James. James tries to cross the ball forward, but misses, or was the ball deflected away? Either way, it's given a goal kick to Armenia, and it will be Chancharevic to take the ball, and an Armenian player has gone down. It's Andrei Kalisir, and Nico Williams having a discussion with one of the Wales management. It looks as though he will be coming on, as will Joe Morrell, and Kalisir being looked at by the Armenia physios and also Mkirtyan. Nico Williams having just had a last minute discussion with Rob Page, and the physios now bringing up Calicio onto the pitch. They're also having a bit of a discussion with the referee as to sort of what the next course of action should be. They're walking him around the pitch. He's got an ice pack pressed against his leg. That might have been he might have just been clipped on the leg. Well, it's difficult to try and ascertain what happened as Williams and Morel get ready to come on. Another discussion between Rob Page and these two as Chancharevic gets ready to kick the ball out of goal. Less than 30 minutes to go. It's still Wales 1, Armenia 2. And the ball is kicked out of goal by Chancharevic towards Ethan Ampadu. But he loses it to Tiknisyan. To, I couldn't see who, but Tiknisyan was able to keep hold of the ball, though. It's Tiknisyan under pressure from Roberts. Tiknisyan looked like he was going to cross into the 18-yard box, but deflected away really well by Ethan Ampadu. And it's a throw in to Armenia. And who's it going to be? Who's it going to be to take the throw? As also a couple of Armenia players are going to come on as well. One of which I can see is Varastat Haroyan. And just as I talk to you, on he comes. Now who's he going to take? The place of? It's Spertsian, or is it? No, it's Kalisir, the man who was injured. And he takes the captain's armband, and coming on in place of Tigran Barsegyan is Vahan Bichakitsyan, and he just sprints onto the pitch. The man who plays for Pogon Seceshin. Armenia was still with the ball just outside the 18-yard box. It's still with Armenia, and it was almost passed to Bichakitsyan, but held off by Wales. Armenia have retaken the ball, and that was through Haroyan. He tries to cross to Zelarayan, but it's deflected. It's deflected over the line. I think it'll be a Wales throw. Chris Mepham upset about something. I think he was trying to. I think he was trying to communicate with his teammates. But Armenia once again on the attack, held off by Roberts towards Mepham. Mepham now to Ethan Ampadu, tackled by Armenia and Tiknisyan. Tiknisyan with the ball for Armenia. Tries to go around Chris Mepham, but Mepham deflects the ball away. And it looks as though it will be a corner to Armenia. And indeed it is. Danny Ward gets into, tries to look for the best position to go into goal. And Wales will have to defend this corner for all their might. Otherwise they will be looking at it. Otherwise their shock defeats will be looking more and more likely. Armenia take the corner. Through it goes into the 18-yard box. Well deflected away from danger by Keitha Moore. And that was well timed. He was in the right place at the right time, but he's given another corner to Armenia, and he's given away another corner to Armenia, and this could cost Wales dear. So Ward looks for the right position to goal, to a standing goal, I should say. Davis looking for the best position to try and head the ball out. Gets into a bit of a fight with with McCutcheon. They need to sort this out. And the ball now being kicked in towards the 18-yard box, but Wales do really well to keep it out. And the ball still being played around towards Armenia, and it's Iwu for Armenia. But he could only pass back to his goalkeeper, Chancharevic. The ball is still with Armenia. Joppa McCutcheon. McCutcheon passes to Arutunian. Arutunian crossing the ball up forward towards Ranos. It's Ranos with the chance, and Armenia have made it 3-1. He takes his shirt off and does an amazing celebration. Wales could be heading for a shock defeat. The Armenia supporters are going ballistic, and so too are the remainder of the squad. Grant Leon Ramos looks like he's going to get a yellow card for taking his shirt off, but that doesn't matter to Armenia. The side ranked number 97 in the world will be raising more than a few eyebrows with this performance. Wonderful finish by Grant Leon Ranos. Remember he scored earlier in the first half, but he has done it again. And Andorra have pulled one back against Switzerland. Marcio Vasconcelos in the 67th minute, and Turkey have doubled their lead. And just I say that, North Macedonia and Ukraine have equalised with a Konoplia for Ukraine in the 67th minute, and it's Cengiz Under for Turkey in the 61st minute, who have retaken the lead against Latvia. And just as predicted, Ranos gets a yellow card for taking his shirt off, because that is not allowed in the rules, as Rodon makes way for Nico Williams, and onto the pitch also comes Joe Morale. One has to question whether they should have been brought on earlier. Morale on for Ramsey. The ball was with Dashian. I think Williams was trying to tackle this off him, but to no avail. And Aaron Ramsey, not one of his best performances. But that was a good show. But that was a good showing by him as captain, nonetheless. Armenia now trying to press it forward and make it a fourth. That was I think Dashian with the setup, but nothing comes of it. And also getting ready to come onto the pitch for Wales is David Brooks, who plays for AFC Bournemouth. If he comes on, it will be his 22nd appearance in a Wales shirt. And getting ready to throw the ball is Nair Tiknizyan for Armenia. Tiknizyan throws. Tackled though by Wales. Iwu to Tiknizyan. Now back towards Iwu, but Moore was able to tackle from behind. It's still with Armenia though, as Spertsyan passes to I think that's Zelarayan. Yes, it was Zelarayan back to Spertsyan, but it goes over the line, and that was by Nair Tiknizyan, and a yellow card for a couple of Wales players. I think one of which was Chris Mepham, and I think that was for the earlier arguments that he and Spertsyan endured earlier. And I think someone's going to get a red card out of this. I I thought I saw a flash of red. I couldn't see who it was, or whether I can actually confirm that it was. And Technician has been given a yellow card as well. So David Brooks now makes his way onto the pitch. He takes the place of Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson, we were hoping to see more of him, but it does not look like it will be Wales's night with 20 minutes to go. The ball is now with Armenia, and was almost taken by David Brooks. Chancharevic kicks the ball out of goal, and the ball is now with Artak Dashian. Dashian almost tackled by Williams. Williams takes the ball. He passes to Dan James, and the ball is re-tackled by Dashian, but the referee has called a halt to proceedings, and it'll be a free kick to Wales. Wales take the free kick. It's Ampadu passing up the field, wing, I should say, to Nico Williams. Now it's David Brooks. Brooks tries to hold on to the ball. He does. He passes to Kiefer Moore. Moore almost tackled by Spurtsian, but it goes up. The ball has gone over the line again. It looks as though it will be a throw-in to Armenia. The Welsh supporters, it's actually a Wales throw-in. I was going to say that the Welsh supporters, despite the fact that their team could well be losing, they're still behind their team, which is good news. As Wales take the throw, it's Ben Davies towards Kiefer Moore and Harry Wilson. Wales have pegged back the deficit through Harry Wilson. Just when I said that Wales could be on their way to a shock defeat, normal order could well be restored. Lovely long range throw by Roberts towards Ben Davies and Moore, but it was Harry Wilson who took advantage of the ball was ricocheted, I should say. Back the ball was ricocheted towards Wilson, and he just finished it off with pure class. There is still hope for Wales with just under 17 minutes to go, and Belarus have levelled against Israel. Sergei Politevich in the 74th minute. But so the ball is now with Ranos for Armenia. So this game looks as though it could go down. to the wire. And I think that was an attempt at goal by Armenia just now. Yes, indeed it was. It was Ranos, and it just smacked against the posts. Danny Ward wasn't going to get to it, but for Ranos that could have been it. But for Ranos that could have been his hat trick. It's a corner now to Armenia. So Ranos could get his hat trick with this one. The ball goes in towards the 18. The ball goes into the 18-yard box. Kept out though by Davis. Kiefer Moore looked like he was. Kiefer Moore, I think, was one of the players closest to the ball as well. But it was Davis who kept it out. So great. So good defending by Davis, and I think an Armenian player is going to come on as well as a sub. It's Norberto Briasco, and the ball is now with Iwu for Armenia. Iwu passes to, I couldn't see who it was. It was in fact Zararayan, and Armenia have made it 4. After that, just when I thought that Wales were going to try and turn things around, Armenia just keep surprising and have extended their lead once again. This game could well go this game could well go down as one of the greatest shocks of all time in the history of UEFA European qualifying. Lovely finish by Lucas Zelarayan. That is his second of the match. Chris Mepham didn't stand a chance. And straight into the top left corner, and it looks as though Alexander Petrakov will get his revenge after losing at the Cardiff City Stadium as Ukraine manager. Wales have now got their backs up against the wall as Williams plays the ball forward to Kiefer Moore, but intercepted by Naya Tiknisian as Zelarayan makes way for Briasco. So Zelarayan's work for the game is done, and it'll be Connor Roberts to take the throw for Wales. He throws in towards the 18-yard box, kept out by the Armenia goalkeeper Chancharevic. Wales are going for it again, but Armenia hold firm, and I think a couple of players have gone down inside the 6-yard box. We'll just have to see who it is, and one of them is the goalkeeper Chancharevic. I don't believe it. He has been a really good player for Armenia so far, but he's down on the ground. He looks to be in such a lot of pain. The physios have to come out and see him. Kiefer Moore might have been involved. The referee now talking to his assistant to see what has to be done, to try and talk what has to be done. And a red card has been given to Kiefer Moore. And I think an Armenian player has been given a yellow card. That might have been the substitute captain Haroyan as Kiefer Moore walks away. No complaints from him though. This is what happened. He pulled on Varazdat Haroyan's shirt, and I think he got into a bit of a fight with Chancharevic. I think he might have stepped on him or something, and that was what caused the referee, and that's what caused the intervention by the referee. So Wales now down to 10 men, and that is just rubbing salt into their wounds. And to make matters worse, Kiefer Moore will miss the next game against Turkey. Not a word between Moore and Rob Page. Rob Page will likely be giving him a dressing down, and that was what Moore did, which caused the red card. I think he just brought down. I think he might have pulled Chancharevic down, or something might have happened that caused Chancharevic to go down. And Moore now makes his way back to the dressing room, and the referee is going over to give a yellow card to somebody else as well. It might be one of the management team for protestation, and yes, indeed he does. I think that's one of the coaches who's getting a yellow card as well, and somebody from Armenia as well. It could be the manager. Excuse me while I try and piece this all together. So four yellow cards and one red card, and it was Chancharevic who is given a yellow card for Armenia. And with 10 minutes to go, it's all And with 10 minutes to go, it's all happening at the Cardiff City Stadium. Wales could be heading for their first home defeat in a Euro qualifying match for the first time in over 10 years. Williams with the throw towards James, but it's taken back by Tiknisian. Tiknisian to Iwu, but the ball headed by Connor Roberts. Now it's David Brooks. David Brooks brought down by Edward Spezzian. Spezzian loses the ball though to Wales. It's now with Nico Williams. Williams does really well to hold on, but tackled by Armenia. It's Dan James, but it's Dan James with the ball back for Wales, but deflected out by deflected out by Haroyan, and a Wales player has gone down. That looked like it was Harry Wilson. He just tripped over Chancharevic, but nothing too serious. Just tripped himself over, rolled down. I think he banged his knee a couple of times, but other than that, he should be okay. And a couple of Wales players are going to come on as substitutes. One of which is Nathan Broadhead, who scored the equalising goal in the opening group stage match in the opening qualifying match against Croatia. And I think Chris Mepham is going to come off for him. And also coming off is Dan James. So Dan James makes way for Nathan Broadhead. And another Wales player is going to come on as well. I couldn't quite see who it was. I think that might have been I can now reveal that it is Tom Bradshaw who's going to come onto the field of play in place of Harry Wilson. Just what is going on with Wales in this game at the Cardiff City Stadium? They started well, but have rapidly faded away. They did manage to get the goal back through Harry Wilson, but to no avail. And it looks as though they are just going to keep slipping further and further away throughout the remainder of this game. And a player has gone down for Armenia, and it is Naya Tiknisian, who has been a really great team player. He was fouled by, I think, Connor Roberts. So Rob Page, I think he's almost exhausted all options, and a yellow card given to Stjopa McCurchian. I've no idea at the moment what caused the yellow card. We'll just have to take a look and see. It could well be for dissent. And with less than 7 minutes to go, it's still Wales 2, Armenia 4. Israel have scored a penalty against Belarus and to make it level. Sean Weissman in the 85th minute, and England make it 4 against North Macedonia. Callum Wilson with an 83rd minute penalty, and Victor Siankov with the goal in the 83rd minute against North Macedonia. So I think that was and just so I talked to you, Dashian tries to play the ball forward, but was tackled by Nico Williams, and Nico Williams is now given a yellow card. They're just picking up, the Wales players are just picking up yellow cards left, right, and centre. This is not what they need. They're normally so good and clinical in defence, but the luck is just not with them tonight. That only goal in the last game against Latvia did show signs of vulnerability, and it looks as though they've well and truly been exposed. It's been exposed as as an attempt at a goal by Technician. By Technician doesn't go right, shall we say? As it's now with Ben, and the ball is now with Ben Davis. They need to put, and my opinion is they should put Wayne Hennessy in the start. They should start Wayne Hennessy in place of Danny Ward in their next game against Turkey. Ampadu to Ben Davis. Now Nico Williams. 4.5 minutes to go at the Cardiff City Stadium. Morale to Chris Mepham. Mepham back to Davis. And Davis crossing forward to, I couldn't see who it was, but saved by Chancharevic. And it was Tom Bradshaw who had the last touch of the ball. Picked up really well by Chancharevic. So Chancharevic kicks the ball up. So Chancharevic kicks the ball out of goal, and it's around about this time where I choose my player of the match, as sponsored by our good friends at Commentary Services. I'll let you know who it is very shortly. As the ball has gone out of play for a throw-in, I believe. And Armenia are about to make another substitution. Artur Serobian looks like he's going to come on. So throw in to Armenia. It's Technician to Ranos. Ranos now to Zelarayan. I think it wasn't Zelarayan. It was Briasco. Briasco to Dashian. Now back to Briasco. Briasco crossing into the 18-yard box, headed away by Mepham. Now the ball is with Bichakshan, and that, but it goes over the line for a throw to Wales to be taken by David Brooks. Because of what's been going on, I think there will be a lengthy period of injury time, possibly 5 minutes, as Grant Leon Ranos makes his way off the pitch. He gets a well-deserved round of applause from the Armenia supporters. And just as he comes off, I can now reveal that my player of the match, as sponsored by Commentary Services, is Grant Leon Ranos. And onto the pitch comes Artur Serobian. Ampadu to Chris Mepham. Now back towards Ampadu. Ampadu passes back to Chris Mepham. Now it's with Morale. Morale holding off Iwu. Now it's back with Brooks. David Brooks with the ball, but tackled by Iwu for Armenia. It's Iwu. He's pelting towards the pitch. Towards the 18-yard box, and it almost went in. The ball was just wide, and that would have opened up the wound even further for Wales. Yes, there are just under 1.5 minutes left, but as I mentioned just now, we will likely have an extended period of injury time. Over the line goes the ball again. Throw in to Armenia to be taken by Artak Dashian. But I think that was a foul. Free kick to Wales, and the Wales supporters now starting to leave the Cardiff City Stadium. Unsurprisingly, given their terrible performance, there's no other word for it. But just as I talk to you, Wales could look to try and get themselves back into it, but well defended by Armenia. I don't know where they've learnt that. I don't know where they learnt how to defend, but wherever they got it from, it was taught them very well. But whoever taught them, they did it very well. But Wales but Wales are looking to try and get. But Wales are looking to try and get back into this as one would from a side that are 2 goals down. Cleared out of goal by Armenia, but given away. To Ben Davies. We're now into the 90th minute, and 7 minutes have been added on. That's more than what I predicted, and Israel have retaken the lead. Oscar Glue in the 90+1 minutes, and Edwards Ensis has picked up a second yellow for Latvia. And the ball is still with Nico. Is still with Wales. It's Williams to Broadhead. Pass back to Armenia. Wales have got to make those 7 minutes count if they are to get themselves back into contention. It's Chris Mepham passing to Ben Davies. Ben Davies now to David Brooks. Brooks now to Nathan Broadhead. Broadhead! Almost brought down inside the 18-yard box. Ben Davies passes back to Danny Ward. Now the ball is with Chris Mepham. Mepham passes up the wing to Ampadu. The ball's now being crossed towards Tom Bradshaw, but well held by Stjopper McKerchian. We're now just over a minute 20 into the injury time period. It's still Wales 2, Armenia 4, but this game is still far from over. Throw-in to Wales was almost headed in by Ben Davies, but halted by Armenia. And just as I say that, Nico Williams tries to cross the ball in towards Connor Roberts, but kept out of play, kept out of the goal, I should say, by Naya Tiknisyan. Tiknisyan would have been my second choice for player of the match. It's Roberts towards David Brooks. David Brooks with the ball. He passes to Williams, but intercepted by Chukwu Iwu. Iwu loses it to Wales, and it's now with Ethan. And it's now with Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu has the ball. He passes up the wing to Joe Morrell, and he crosses now to I think that was Nathan Broadhead. Ben Davies passes to David Brooks, almost but tackled by Armenia. That was good. That was a good tackle by Haroyan. Wales take it back through Morrell. Morrell passes to David Brooks. Brooks now passing to Connor Roberts, but intercepted by Iwu. Iwu to I couldn't see who it was, but retaken by Wales through Brooks. Brooks goes for a long-range shot, but it just whistles over the crossbar. And when you're 2 goals down in injury time, you can only start getting desperate, and that's just what Wales have become, desperate. And it'll be a goal kick to Chancharevic. He kicks the ball out of goal. The sun has well and truly set at the Cardiff City Stadium, and it'll be Morrell to Tom Bradshaw, but well intercepted by Armenia. The ball now being played down the wing to McKerchian. McKerchian passes to Chancharevic, or should that be Arutunian? Arutunian tries to play it forward, but the ball was intercepted by Mepham. Mepham passes to Ethan Ampadu. Now it's Ben Davies. Davies passes now to Nico Williams. Williams to Ben Davies again. Davis passes up the wing to, I think, Chris Mepham. Now it's back to Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu to Williams, but it goes out of play. Williams takes the throw. I think the last touch of the ball might have come from an Armenia player, and it's Ampadu to Nathan. Broadhead passes to Williams. Now it's back towards Ampadu. Ampadu now finds Broadhead again, but Broadhead loses it to Edward Spertian of Armenia. The ball now being passed up the wing to Archer Sorobian. Sorobian now to Naya Tiknishan. Tiknishan does well to hold off Chris Mapp, and the ball almost goes over the line, but it's just kept in. It's now with Tiknishan, but he loses, but intercepted by Wales. And with almost a minute to go, Wales are running out of time. I would say they already have run out of time. There's no way they're going to get back in with nearly a minute to go now. And Briasco has been given a yellow card in the final minutes of this qualifying match. In the final minutes of this qualifying match at the Cardiff City Stadium, 45 seconds to go. This has surely got to be a procession now for Armenia, a lap of honour in front of their fans. And the throw-in will be taken by Artak Dasyan. Dasyan throws, but the ball is taken by Wales. It's Nico Williams. Williams to Davis, and the ball has now been given to Iwu. Iwu now to Spertian. Spertian passes up the wing to Dasyan. Dasyan back to Iwu. Iwu back to Spertian, and that's the final whistle. And that is an almighty shock in the qualifying round for the European Championships Group D. Wales started really well as usual, but Armenia just came out of nowhere, Armenia just came out of nowhere, and they just ran away with it. Those great goals by Grant Leon Ranos, I should say, and Lukas Zelorayan were key to such an incredible performance. This will live on in the memory. This will live on in the memory of Armenian fans and the neutrals. Final score at the Cardiff City Stadium: Wales 2, Armenia 4. And Wales have really got to reassess the performance. And take a really good look at themselves before their away match to Turkey on Monday. And before we go, we've just got enough time to go through the final scores. And before we go, we've just got enough time to go through the final scores in the European qualifiers. Starting with Group B, it's Gibraltar 0, France 3. The final score. Greece against the Republic of Ireland is still going on. Malta in Group C, it's Malta 0, England 4, North Macedonia 2, Ukraine 3. And it's Latvia 2, Turkey 2, which is still ongoing. And Wales 2, Armenia 4, which is just finished. As we know, Finland beat Slovenia 2-0 in Group H. Denmark 1, Northern Ireland 4 is the latest. San Marino 0, Kazakhstan 3, the full-time score. The only other games to have finished so far in Group H. In Group I, it's Andorra 1, Switzerland 2, Belarus 1, Israel 2, and Kosovo 0, Romania 0. and we can now take a look and see what that does to the standings. And we can now take a look and see what that does. We can now take a look and see what that does to the standings. So France lead Group B, 3 games out of 3. Greece prop up the second position with 6 points. The Netherlands didn't play tonight. The Netherlands didn't play, so propping up the table are the Republic of Ireland and Gibraltar. England just keeps steamrolling through Group C. And their lead over Italy has now been extended to 6. After their win against Malta, who still remain bottom of the table. Splitting Italy and Malta are North Macedonia and Ukraine. We now have a new leader in Group D. It's Turkey. It's Turkey after that second win against Latvia. Wales now fall to second, but they are ahead of Croatia on goal difference. Armenia's win moves them up to 4th, but it's not Armenia's win moves them up to 4th, but at least they are ahead of Latvia. And in Group H, we now have a new leader, Denmark, with 6. We now have a new leader, Denmark, with 6 points. Finland are second with Kazakhstan. Finland are second with Kazakhstan third. Slovenia make it 4. Slovenia are 4th with Northern Ireland 5th. With Northern Ireland 5th, San Marino prop up the table in 6th. Onto Group I, and it's Switzerland 3 out of 3 as well, with Romania in 2nd, Israel are 3rd, and completing the table are Kosovo, Andorra, and still yet to score are Belarus. Well, that just about wraps up our coverage I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is I've said it before, but I'll say it again. This is a real shock in the history of European qualifiers. This will live. It'll live on in the memory for many. It'll live on in the memory for many an Armenian fan and a neutral. It'll certainly live on in mine.